Okay, Reggie. I put together a list of women, and I wanted to see if I could get your opinion on whether you thought Tupac had a relationship with any of these people or not, and if so, if you know anything about it. Are you okay to do that?
Yeah, I ain't never been in a room with that nigga having sex, so I wouldn't know. I can just know that as much as we all do on the internet, where we can speculate. But
Okay.
before we get into that, John, man, I just wanted to tell black people how glad I am that we are starting to come together when crazy stuff happened in places like Mississippi and stuff like that. With that kid Nolan Xavier Wells, because if people wouldn't have brought attention to this case, you know, all the celebrities, Tyler Perry and even calling the football player. I can't think of that nigga last name right now. Um, but people like that wouldn't have brought attention to this. Um, Man, those young kids would be getting away with murder, but are covering up an accident. Maybe I'll say that. I don't believe they murder, but they cover it up for some reason. Maybe the part of giving um, drugs to someone is what I think they were covering up. But yeah, boy, it's gonna be interesting. But one thing I always try to tell you, youngsters, and I always try to preach to y'all. I always tell y'all, never cooperate or give police statements. I know all of y'all think y'all smarter than everybody, but do what police officers do when they get in trouble. Lawyer up before you give any statements. Because now, man, the young kids that got caught in a lie, and that's all and the good investigator want is to catch you in one lie. Because once they catch you in a lie, it does unravel everything. And now their judge, mama, ain't gonna be able to help them, and crooked Mississippi ass sheriff ain't gonna be able to help them, and they gonna have to go spend some time in prison now because for whatever reason, I think it's just because they had some illegal drugs in them that they didn't want their parents and the people to know. But it's a slim possibility that somebody busted him upside his head. I know we don't like talking about stuff over here on Ball First, but like I said, I just want to bring attention to it, which I'm sure is enough attention been to it. Willie D been doing a great job on covering it. If y'all haven't been checking out his channel, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but man, by the end of this week, y'all gonna know about it because some of those kids gonna be in handcuffs. But John, we'll get back to your question. I try my like hell to get around it and not talk about it. I tried to avoid you like hell, but I know people on our YouTube channel for some reason love hearing about Suge and Tupac sexual relationships. I don't know why y'all like hearing about other men's sexual relationships, but y'all love it. And so we're gonna talk about it and give y'all some views. Get the old messy Reggie out of me. So Reggie about to be messy, y'all. So those of y'all don't like hearing Reggie being messy, uh, yeah. So the first one John gonna come up with is Yo Yo. Yeah, I think we have a physical being of Yo Yo. I really believe that there's some. Yeah, I don't know. Yo Yo never said it, so as long as she taking it to her grave, that's what it is. But y'all look at that picture. If that picture of that daughter is not Tupac with a wig on, I don't know. But yes, I believe Tupac Shakur had relationships with Yo Yo. Jewel. Jewel, rest in peace, Jewel. She molested every man around Death Row except me and Tupac. Never heard her and Dre, but I know me and Tupac ain't never had a relationship with Jewel. I'll put that on my life, and I believe Dre. Y'all notice who I didn't leave off, huh? But no, I don't believe he had relationships with you all. Mary J. Oh, shit. I picked Mary up from a hotel one night when KC was whooping on her ass at the, what was the name of that hotel? The nice hotel in Beverly Hills. The Peninsula. So, yeah, I could tell that, and I know for sure that Tupac and Mary J. have relationships. Relationship. Okay. Ah, yeah, that was my heartthrob back in the 90's. I used to love I Can't Breathe. I remember when I was going through my issues with one of my first breakups. And I remember laying in the bed listening to Tony Braxton. But now, I don't believe Tupac and Tony Braxton had any type of relationship. Not that he wouldn't. Not that he wouldn't have, but no, I don't believe that. I never heard any rumors of that. And y'all gotta remember, I'm just going off of rumors just like y'all heard. Because I was only around Tupac for the last 11 months of his life. So, but I don't believe so. I never heard any rumors like that. Is that Arnell Simpson? Huh? Yeah, for a fact. I know that. That's my boy Kenneth Archer, one of my security guards. The guy that was with Snoop Dogg that's standing behind her. But yes, Arnell Simpson, yes. You cold bringing that picture up. Well, I guess people need to see how Michelle looked back in the day because we look at her now and be like, she wasn't all that attractive. I tell you, Michelle had a look about herself uh, in the 90's. And even when Suge kind of cleaned her up in like 98, 99, she had a good look about herself. But no, I know y'all believe that because of Daz talking about she rubbed on his head and all that in the studio. But no, she wouldn't have messed up her what she had going on secretly with Suge Knight at the time that only a few people knew about. Meaning Suge, me, Norris, Roy, and Buntry. Probably the only ones I believe that knew about it. But no, Michelle didn't. Faith. Faith denies it. Faith say no. I seen him in the back, and he was putting her head towards his lap. I'll just say his lap. And in a room in the studio. Everybody that been up to Can-Am, y'all know that little room everybody used to go to have privacy. So yes, I believe Faith. And he said it. Tupac said it. He said, "That's why I fucked your wife, you fat bitch." I think he said, "You fat motherfucker." But yeah. Whitney Houston. Bobby Brown said that. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown put that on out there in the world. So I'm gonna ride with Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown put it on his wife, who he loved. And so I'm gonna say yes. Heather Hunter. Oh man. Now that day on that video shoot, y'all. Okay, so let me just tell you, on video shoots, y'all, there's more downtime than you actually working, right? You be on a video shoot for about 12 to 14 hours a day, right? You probably do 10 minutes, 15 minutes of work, and then you go for another 2 hours, be in your trailer, whatever, and do another 10 or 15 minutes of work. And then you go on down for another 2 or 3 hours. Frank was bringing there and there every one of those females that was on that video shoot to Tupac trailer. Now, we didn't have all of that stuff that they got now to make you had a stamina. Tupac was a 24 years old young man at the time. So you know how that thing get hard at age 24. I personally seen about 6 to 8 girls go on this trailer that particular day. I can't say what went on in those trailers, but what y'all think went on in those trailers? Oh, yeah, well, she always tried to make it off in her interview that he went as a friend because she didn't have a date to that particular award show. And that's Rosie. For those of you I don't know who that is. I believe, just like we all do, Rosie Perez. But who could say? Who could say? But I believe I would put that under his notch. I will put that one under his notch. Rage, Lady of the Rage, Afro Puffs. Rage was a cool chick, y'all. Very cool. But the only person I believe in the 90s that got with Robin was our boy Neckbone. Now, I don't know what happened after their relationship broke up. I guess in like 98 or 99. They even had a kid from their relationship. But a daughter. But the only one I knew around there fro that got with Rage was with Big Neckbone. Left Eye. Yeah. She's unfortunately is one of the ones that get credit for Suge and Tupac. Even though she always tried to say they were just friends. But yeah, I believe. I will bet mine. I would bet something on it that he did. Madonna. Well, she was a material girl, right? um, I guess it's rumored that they were in a relationship at one point. Um, hey Madonna, don't come after me. I believe. I'm just telling my opinion. What y'all think? Do y'all think so? Or do y'all just think it was a friendship? I think it was more than a friendship. Isn't there a letter out there where people kind of saw or heard about that was putting things out? I thought I remember hearing about a letter between Tupac and Madonna. Miss Sarah Chapman, one of Puffy exes. Yeah, definitely. I remember when they went on they went to Hawaii together. Suge, Sarah, and Tupac, and Teresa Swan. They all four went off to Hawaii together. Snuck off. No security, no nothing. Yeah. Sally, Sally. All right, y'all. You know what Jada. You know I'm gonna say yeah with Jada, but they both deny it. They both put it off like a friendship, homegirl type thing. But I know of a situation where this producer, this big time manager, E40's manager, Chaz Hayes was his name from the Bay. He told me that Tupac and Jada was sitting in the corner in the studio when I think he did a song with Be Legit or something. and they were rushing to go to Hawaii together, just those two. And and he said, Jada was kind of hiding, trying to, disguise herself, but they all knew it was Jada. And so I don't think Tupac would have went to Hawaii with her. And Sarah, not Sarah. Oh, that's my girl, Sally Richardson. Sally was the shit back in the day. Sally is the one that Tupac and Snoop, where Snoop talked about how Tupac pulled one of his chicks that he was with. That was Miss Sally Richardson. And yeah, for sure. Yeah, that almost caused problems between. That might be secretly to this day why Snoop is somewhat hating on Tupac. That might be the reason. Ah, Leah, y'all, y'all trying to make Tupac R. Kelly back in the day. Oh my God, that picture got to be AI, y'all. If y'all don't know it, I seen that picture going on. I was like, that got to be AI. Aaliyah was really un. See, she was 14 in the 92, 93. Tupac died. Aaliyah had to been still underage. I'm not 100% sure, so all you Google experts don't kill me. But she definitely went around us around Death Row because she definitely would have been on a song if she was, because she was hot as fish grease then, or starting to be hot. But that was R. Kelly woman. I really believe that picture is AI. So, um, yeah. John, what you think about that picture?
100% Photoshop.
Okay. Oh, Photoshop, not AI. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Leah, that's Leah Steinberg. The rumors were that they did. I don't believe Tupac would have did that. I just believe she was just a hippie white lady that just loved black men or black guys, just cool with black guys and helped them out. I heard rumors of it, later. That's just on the internet. Y'all know you can't believe every goddamn thing you hear on the internet. But I don't believe so. I wouldn't bet money on it. I believe she was married when Tupac and them was staying with her. What rumors did you hear about it, John?
I didn't really, to be
You didn't.
honest.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't
There's
hear
some
anything.
interview out there where somebody talked about it. I think either Ray Love or somebody like that was questioned about it. And I think he even denied it as well. And boy, that money be. Yeah, I think I talked about Jasmine Guy earlier. Um, oh no, I didn't. Yeah, Jasmine was definitely his woman at one time. He went and stayed with her right after he got shot and stuff. In New York, was hiding out at her place. That was his woman. You could tell by that picture. That's a woman picture in jail. So shout out Jasmine Guy. She had always remind me of my wife in the 90's. Uh, she didn't age that well, in my opinion. Um, but her and my wife, I'll show y'all pictures of her one day. Y'all will see the similarities between Jasmine Guy and my wife in the 90's. Shout out Jasmine Guy. I used to love her on the Different Worlds TV show.
Quick question. Did you have an Under Armour account in 2025? Maybe you just bought some shoes online? Well, you might want to listen to this. Apparently, there are allegations that Under Armour was involved in a massive data breach around November 2025. We're talking about millions of accounts where private info was allegedly left vulnerable to unauthorized access. It's one of those things where you think your data is safe and suddenly it's not. Your personal data has real value, and when a company fails to keep it secure, you shouldn't be the one paying the price. Morgan & Morgan is stepping in to fight to hold them accountable and to help protect your consumer privacy. If you had an account prior to November 2025, you may qualify for a claim of up to $500. You can check the link in the description to submit a claim now. It's super easy and it takes less than 2 minutes to see if you qualify. Seriously, go check if you're eligible before the window closes.
Man, that commercial that y'all just saw. I mean, I don't know what to do. I didn't ask y'all. I done told y'all gonna get $500. Y'all slowly but surely signing up. So shout out to those of y'all that took the time for 3 minutes to fill out the survey or the questionnaire. It's pinned right there in the comment section of this video. 3 minutes. I can't wait till people start telling Reg, thank you. Thank you and John for telling us about that program, for being on YouTube and all of that. They sent us over $1,000. And then this program right here that we currently advertising. Yeah, they sent us $500 and gave us free credit reports or something. I know they usually do that when your credit report's been and I'm not saying that's what they're doing because I don't know. But all I know is they said they're gonna be giving $500. But they usually give you free credit report reviewing as well, along with stuff like that. So yeah, thank y'all. And all you all gonna be sitting back, oh, I thought it was a big scam. Well, yeah. Hey, Reggie and John try to tell y'all, just like we've been telling y'all everything about what's gonna happen to Diddy, what's gonna happen to Keefy D. All right, so that's the young lady that he married, right? Okay. Yeah, Keisha. Keisha is that's Pac's friend. If anybody could really consider themselves Tupac's Shakur friend, and I'm telling you, when you go to prison and you have people that's down for you and down with you, you never forget them. That's why I talk shit about Art, the dialogue, and John, and all of them. But people that got mad at while being in there, James and Norman. But man, I remember Art and John though, because when I was down lockdown, those two looked out for a nigga. They really looked out for a nigga. I'm sure uh I'm sure Tupac felt that way about Keisha. Yeah. What you trying to say, John? Oh man, y'all know that shit is awkward, but I believe Money B story, y'all. I believe Money B story. So now y'all ain't getting me to say that. Um, I really believe Money B story. If y'all haven't heard it, y'all go check it out. We did an interview with Money B about it, and he addressed it. But we just bring in humor. We do not at Bomb First support or believe that bullshit. We were just being funny. All right? Bomb First. Hope y'all don't get mad at me, call me Messy Red. But we just thought we'd bring some humor to y'all. Everything on YouTube now is hating on each other, hating on people. And I guess that was kind of messy. But yeah. But one thing we can say, and that's just the famous chicks or the famous people that we know about. Could you imagine all the randoms, all the groupies? Tupac at age 25 had more women than all of us in our 50s and 60s. Except, I guess, Will Chamberlain. And I think Shaq said he had 1,000. Or somebody said he had 1,000. Well, shout out Tupac. You had a great life just in 25 years. Peace.